Sutrabat, Halloween tani kabarche? Kelno koni maniata mujaveka 3 Oktober ni rati matra activas perto atma ono prutavi paraveno resto serat taijaiche. Certi, garni emili ani patakati atma oni bachava Halloween ujavaiche. Lagbag badaj garoni bahar decoration karavama aveche. Many muff show. Well, sorry everyone. Just greeting any of our Gujarati speaking friends to the channel today. Mani mitra. Uh, that was just explaining Halloween in Gujarati, my favorite second language. But in Angriji, English, I will show you a guide for Elite Void Rift Laseer. And I think today is day 33 on the free to play series. So if we look at our Void Rift, it's at 94%. And today I was fortunate enough to pick up a Epic Soulstone from the guild boss. I now have an A5 Wrath. If you look over here, he's got that V for 5, so he will now heal himself. So this is the lineup that I should be successful with. And I won't lie to you, I did a practice run. So if this one doesn't go in one shot, I'm going to be a little perturbed. However, I think it should be successful. I have the power of the Gujarati language behind me, Bhasha Gujarati, and now I will show you how to use a essentially free to play lineup. Okay, obviously Comet and Valkyria, they're not free to play, but by the time you're tackling Elite Void Rift Laseer, you're going to have at least one legendary that you summoned, if not more. And this is where, even on my main account on Nightmare, I place Wrath. And Wrath at A5 heals himself. And we're going to do this in times 1. And this core down here, some people they have problems with these summoners in this core. So I wait a little bit. I want my Wrath to have as long as he can with his ultimate when he starts hitting this split belly big bastard right here. All right. This guy ends a lot of people's runs before it even begins if they don't know how strong Wrath is. So you'll see here, as soon as Wrath gets hit, his ultimate begins. So it's almost perfectly timed so that he's in full utilization for his heal. And him and Comet together, if you don't know about Comet's basic attack, it'll bounce to other targets. So someone like Comet, and I used to use Kai, they're beautiful for these summoners. And you'll notice now, instead of having to use A-bomb, that I have an A5 Wrath, this guy down here that throws this spear is no longer that big of a concern. So I don't have to put down a healer immediately. Okay? And that also helps because now I can have my Valkyria set up a little bit quicker. Now I'm going to use my ultimate with Comet so I can get onto these summoners sooner. But you'll also notice now that I've got my Idril ready to go, and she's face left so that she's immediately able to hit Laseer as soon as Laseer becomes targetable. Now, these summoners are going to, sometimes this slime doesn't get out, and it's better obviously if it doesn't get out, but you don't always have full control. So there's RNG, random number generator, in the way that things happen in this game, obviously. What you can do though is control how often it affects your runs. So you'll notice that I'm also starting my ultimates early before the boss actually becomes available to target. This way, there's no using your ultimate on the boss penalty. Okay. So this slime that's amalgamated and became, a little bit stronger, I'm not overly concerned about it. Okay? It's not really going to kill me. But what you'll see here now is that I can put my tank down Oleg. Okay. So I have room for one more hero, and it's going to be Abomination. And he's going to go right down here to sit on the boss. I could also try Volka, actually. Let's try Volka this time. Normally I put Abomination there. But maybe it'll be better to have Volka because everybody's going to be getting a heal. But you can't put any other heroes in until the boss is focused on your tank. And my tank is Oleg. So once he turns, there it is. Now I can stick down my hero. And you'll see the wonderful work that Comet was able to do. And with how strong A5 Wrath is, these guys are already wiped out so that there's no real concern with, see the slimes? They're not really piling up. Yeah? And that obviously makes this fight a heck of a lot smoother. So now I'm using my ultimates, okay, with my Idril. I want to get my Idril's ultimate on much of the boss as I can. Because very shortly, one of those big split belly guys is about to come out. And it's going to be a problem if you're not controlling how much the boss damage is. And you'll see this debuff here. If you don't know that minus 30% damage, that comes from Volka. So if you time that properly, when the boss does the AoE splash, it does 30% less damage. Like that Erosive Blast right there. Okay? This Void Torrent, another minus 30% damage. That's huge, man. There's no stress on the healers. So I'm not going to use my Comet Ultimate until I see these guys spawn out the summoners, okay? Now I can use it. So hopefully if there's a slime that comes out, he's going to splash, hopefully, and kill that slime. Because nothing kills you faster on this stage than those slimes coming out. So another thing that you can do once you're at the part where I'm at right here, you can take your tank out now because you don't want slimes piling up there. And now I'm going to use Lunaria to try to wear down this summoner. See how I have her facing to the left. So hopefully I only have to deal with a little bit of slimes piling up. And it's still kind of a tricky stage for me. I'm still, fairly new into this content of Elite Void Rift. And you'll see here, like these slimes that are coming to Volka, they're not able to amalgamate because Volka does AoE damage. So that's part of the power of this free-to-play lineup that I've assembled here, most of it, okay? And as long as you can keep these slimes to one amalgamation, my Vortex can take care of my Valkyra. So this is the final wave right here. This is where people normally, as you see, I don't have any slimes built up. I put Abomination there when I did my practice run. It's actually better with Volka. Yes, she's not currently doing anything. However, she's making sure that anytime my heroes hit anyone, they're getting a slight bit of a heal. And that's big, okay? You might not think right away like why Volka is so good, but that heal that she's providing does so much for your sustain. So the same pattern again here. You'll see Comet, he's going to splash damage, and it's almost killed this one summoner at the bottom before he even had a chance. So yes, my Volka is facing the wrong way. It's a bit of a problem. However, I'm okay with Idril helping sort the bottom out with her, okay? So once that summoner is dead on the right with Comet, I can take him out and I can do whatever I want here with Abomination to help support my Volka or my Valkyra, which it makes more sense to place him in front of Valkyra because she can res him and target beyond him. This fight, I remember like for the first, I think 3 weeks, I think it was 3 weeks when I first started this game, I didn't fully promote my heroes. They weren't all 6-star. And I kept refusing, to use the gear swap before there was a gear swap feature. I'm like, this is too hard. And I just sat and never tried to really figure this fight out. Now I'm showing you one of the easiest strategies there is for this fight. If you don't have Comet, you bring Brienne. Even Brienne can work, okay? Any hero that can do splash damage can take care of those summoners for you. And your Laseer, normal or elite, can look that clean. And I tell you, I'm surprised at how well Volka actually worked there. I forgot. Volka hits 3 targets with her basic attack. And as you saw, she can attack with her butt cheeks because she's killing those slimes behind herself. So it's reset day, and the free-to-play account on day 33 is already done its Elite Void Rift to start the week properly. So we'll do a summon at the end here. And how many of these do I have? I only have 20 total, so I can't make an exclusive artifact. Oh, what's this fracture ring? Yeah, it's no good. No good. Don't need it. But once you get 40 of these gleaming meteorites, then you can, forge something special, hopefully. I haven't made an exclusive yet on this account, but it's okay. So if you're going into your heroes here, I want to forge an artifact. Let's see if I'm lucky with you guys. Like this tier of Twilight, to get it that early, I was so fortunate. It's the best in slot artifact for Comet. Do we got a mythic? Do we got a mythic? No, we've got a... I think this isn't very good. That's not bad. I mean, if you don't have any artifacts worthy for your fighters, which I'm fortunate I do, this extra damage, it's something, okay? For me, I don't need that. That's no good. So for the fun, let's do a single summon together. I've already done one for the day. I didn't get lust. I hope you did. But anything special? Uh, nothing special. That's okay. Maybe it's 3 star. I can sell my Nervy and get 30 more diamonds. I'm a big fan of selling rares for diamonds. So this is new name, playing my favorite game, Watcher of Realms, day 33 on the free to play series. Totally stomping the hell out of Elite Void Rift Laseer. I hope that guide can help you. And I apologize if you don't like the beginning stuff with the languages, but language is free knowledge. Keep talking.